When I hear the name Daniel Catán, I think first of the man, and then of course of the music. Because I was fortunate enough to have spent time around Daniel, I knew who he was, and his funny personality and his cute little way of going at the ends of his sentences, and all of those little Daniel mannerisms that made him so so fun to be around and so happy-go-lucky in many ways. I probably didn't know him as well as others, so I'm sure other people could speak to other moods. But when I was in his company, he was always lighthearted and fun, although very serious about the art that he had made and how we were recreating it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do Florencia while he was alive. That came after he passed away, which was, I'm sure that Buck will talk a little bit about how we here at the university found out about Daniel's passing, which was a tough time. We were producing Il Postino here, and Andrea called. Daniel did not show up for the performances that he was supposed to be at and the pre-performance lectures he was supposed to give. And Andrea called Hector because they had a relationship and asked him, have we heard? She hadn't heard anything from him, and we were all concerned. So we sent the welfare check to happen in Austin where they found him. But in the meantime, our show is going on, and I'm in touch with Buck backstage, and the news sort of broke while the singers were singing. And I'll never forget my one student, Jessica Jones, was singing the lead in Il Postino, and she heard the reaction of the stage manager, who was hearing the reaction of Buck to my phone call, and she just before going on to sing her final aria, she kind of put two and two together and realized that something tragic had happened. So that was a little tough. That memory always does bubble up. Losing him during that time was very emotionally charged. And I think will always be associated with Il Postino for me. I'm sure you're going to hear more about that from Joey Evans and Buck Ross, who were in that production. I was only, again, observing. I feel a special affinity for Florencia, the opera, because that was my first opera of Daniel Catán. And also, I do believe it's probably his most skillful theatrical piece that I've had the opportunity to see. And I've seen Rappaccini's Daughter and Il Postino and Sal Si Puedes as well. But I still feel Florencia lives in a special place. They're all good, but Florencia is special. The way that character really speaks to me as a soprano who's been in the business for a couple decades now, perhaps not as famous as the character of Florencia, but reflecting on a career and what the career has taken out of her. My life has not been like Florencia's life at all, but there's just a place one gets in midlife when one looks back and says, well, if I'd made these different choices, where would I be now? And that, I think, is transcendent. It's fun to play an aging diva, as an aging diva. So I really love that part especially. Di ti nació mi canto, por ti